So essentially building a tribe is something that everyone should strive towards when building their intelligent content marketing strategy. But what is the one thing that they should focus on? Because there's so many things you could be doing in the beginning, especially when you're just starting out.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head when you used the word focus, because I got my key awareness that you should focus on one thing back in '94, I think it was, when I read the book by Al Ries called Focus. And way back then what I was doing was with general legal consulting. I was serving as a sort of a poor man's alternate to a solicitor, selling my time, which was a crap business model. So I read Focus and I thought, okay, this resonates with me. I need to do one thing better than everybody else. What should I focus on? So I focused on Hong Kong immigration because A, I was kind of quite good at it by the time I made that decision, and B, no one else was really specialising in it. It was, 94, I think. So I'd been in business about a year and a bit. And I'd been doing all this other legal stuff around the edges and not really doing it very well, to be honest. And there was an opportunity for me to just do one thing better than everybody else. So that's where I picked up that lesson. But it then reinforced me over time when I read Charlie Munger basically telling me that, you have to do one thing. You do one thing and you do it better than everybody else, you're guaranteed to win. And we're all looking for a surefire win, right? So the wit and wisdom of Charlie Munger in his book, Poor Charlie's Almanac, which I highly recommend to everybody, contains, a collection of Mr. Munger's ideas. But, writ large throughout all of that are these key things, such as do one thing and treat other people like yourself would hope to be treated. So I would encourage anybody who is wanting to sort of emulate what we've done to think about what they do, think about what their competitors do, and then come up with a laser-like focus on one area where they clearly have the competency and the capability and the credibility in the marketplace. And then double down on how that niche is manifested from a content perspective. And then take the ideas that are inherent in the connection economy and begin to bring that knowledge and that know-how to the attention of the people they're seeking to have relationships with. And do it in such a way that by the time your competition have cottoned on to what this thing called the connection economy is really all about, even if they've got the wherewithal, and many businesses don't have the wherewithal to pivot into something completely new. But by the time they've cottoned on to it, as I say, you've not only beaten them at the race, but you've made it highly difficult for them to come in and just, in a sense, copy what you're doing. What it will force them to do, if they understand this stuff properly, is to find a new niche of their own, and they'll leave you to go on to have a monopoly of the niche that you've carved out for yourself. So again, doing one thing well, understanding that notion in the context of the connection economy and all the dynamics of how it plays out in the connection economy, and the ideas that are reflected on this website will allow you, if you do it right, to go on to become the preeminent player. And let's not forget, Seth Godin says to be successful in the connection economy, actually Kevin Kelly said it first, but Mr. Godin, in his superb way of phrasing things, took sort of popular ownership of it, I believe. But basically the idea is that to be successful in the connection economy, you need 1,000 true fans. Because if you've got 1,000 true fans, every single year, those 1,000 true fans will spend $100 with you. And that will then give you an income of $100,000 a year, just as a starting proposition. So if your niche, completely crunched down, is capable of addressing a potential tribe of more than 1,000 who have the prospect of going on to become true fans, then you'll be successful. And that's really the only thinking that you need to do. Now, as it happens, I know in my niche there's a lot more than that, so hey, all very good. But if I were a sole practitioner, worried about my future, wanted to guarantee my income, not have to constantly sell, not have to constantly chase my tail, not have to differentiate myself on price, not have to worry about the competition's doing, I'd start an intelligent content marketing proposition around the idea that your first success milestone is 1,000 true fans who will spend $100 a year with you, and then kick on from there. It's completely doable.